When it comes to 14-inch laptops, gaming or not, usually I would say ignore all the options on sale and just buy the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14, especially if you have a $1,500 to $2,000 budget. However, things have gotten really complicated this year, like depending upon the reviews you previously watched, including some I have linked in the description, you're gonna get extremely varied opinions. So I went over a lot of those reviews to find out why exactly this is the case, so that you don't have to spend a lot of time doing it yourself. So please subscribe and leave a like, at least for the effort I put into this research. Anyways, doing all that, I noticed one specific problem throughout the numerous reviews: region specking. Asus, Lenovo and MSI have played with this themselves for a long time, but never as complicated as the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. Okay, to explain this in a way everyone can understand, because I'm pretty sure I lost half the room here, I picked the configuration that I believe is the best and compared specs and notes of it from other reviews with like-for-like spec versions of two other 14-inch gaming laptops that are now available: the Razer Blade 14 and the Alienware X14. The Zephyrus G14 is all AMD with the AMD Ryzen 9 6900HS and the AMD Radeon RX 6700S, which is equivalent to a low-powered NVIDIA RTX 3060, albeit with 8GB VRAM. The Razer Blade 14 comes with a higher powered Ryzen 9 6900HX processor and RTX 3060, while the Alienware X14 has the i7-12700H Intel 12th Gen processor with the RTX 3060 with the lowest TGP configuration here. Now both the i7-12700H and the AMD 6900HX are better than what you get from the Asus, the Intel being better due to its higher TDP hybrid architecture, while the AMD 6900HX is overclockable in the Razer Blade. But you won't exactly be able to push both these CPUs to its max due to the 14-inch packaging, so the advantage won't be as massive. Unfortunately, if you look past the CPU, everything else seems to favor the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. The Zephyrus G14 is about $300 cheaper, and yet it has specs that get close on the performance side. However, the biggest punch comes from its display, which is a QHD+ 16:10 aspect ratio, 120Hz display with 100% DCI-P3 color coverage. Thus, without a doubt, the Zephyrus G14 is the best all-round value for money option here, but there are some compromises for the $300 price gap. Both the Alienware and the Razer Blade have a more premium feel and construction compared to the Asus ROG, and better adaptive sync tech with NVIDIA G-Sync for the Alienware and AMD FreeSync Premium for the Razer. The Alienware also gets advanced Optimus, which can switch between the iGPU and NVIDIA GPU without the need for a restart, Thunderbolt 4 I/O ports, and a large battery, albeit being the thinnest. However, both the Asus ROG and the Razer Blade are better packaged, with the Asus offering more screen real estate, while the Razer Blade 14 offers more gaming performance, compromising on battery for better cooling. On paper that is, not on benchmarks. More about benchmarking and comparing these three laptops in person at a later date, possibly, so you're better off subscribing now and hitting that bell icon. Also, forget to mention that the premium spec 1080p webcam that the Razer Blade comes with compared to the 720p of the other two. Thus, for value you get the G14, and for tech you get the X14, and for the performance and a more professional feel on a premium level you get the Razer Blade 14. It's up to you to decide which you'd want. If you move over to the UK though, things look very different. You obviously have the UK based pricing, tax and all those, so there is a price increase, so keep that in mind. Anyways, the Razer Blade and Alienware comes in with pretty much the exact same specification, but for about the same £300 cheaper. You lose a lot more with the Zephyrus G14 in the UK, as you can see. The AMD Ryzen 7 6800HS is a huge downgrade over the Intel i7 and the AMD Ryzen 9 6900HX on the Razer Blade. That's just how much of a jump Intel has made this year, such that the i7 competes with the lower powered AMD Ryzen 9 CPUs. You also lose the QHD for the 144Hz WUXGA display, which is basically a Full HD for a 16:10 aspect ratio. However, you instead get the most powerful option here with the Radeon RX 6800S, which is closer to the RTX 3070 Ti on paper. With more TGP as well, the G14 is more powerful than the wildly expensive Razer Blade 14. You can get a £100 cheaper Zephyrus G14 variant with the RX 6700S if you want to save money. Thus, in the UK, the Razer Blade makes no sense, and it becomes a choice between features and tech of the Alienware X14 over the performance of the Zephyrus G14. Just like this, things are gonna vary between each region, thanks to region speccing each laptop based on the demand they had last year. So I can't exactly recommend the Zephyrus G14, and that does make me sad because it is a really good laptop, as long as you live in countries where the G14 is favorably spec'd. I will probably do this again in November-December to see what's up with the Asian market, and maybe I will have the actual laptops to do a full-fledged review by then, and maybe even a face review. We will see.